Okay, so what we're going to model now is a Blu-ray player, and let me go ahead and bring up a reference image here to show you what it is that I'm going to do. I'm going to go over here and get my Blu-ray player reference images. Okay, so this is what I have here. Your basic Blu-ray player. This one's from Sony, and I just went ahead and just picked this one off the internet when I was looking for reference images. And we're going to go ahead and model this. So you can see it's a pretty simple object, but if you look carefully at the front, and let's see, this is a good image of the front piece. You can see the front piece is divided into different sections. It's made up of multiple parts, and at first glance it may seem simple, but when you actually try to model this, it's a little bit more complicated than it looks. It's a lot more than meets the eye. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to create this. And we're going to create it with a fairly detailed front over here. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's jump in and get started. First thing I'm going to do is go up here to my front view, and I'm going to load up an actual front view image of this, which is going to simplify my work a lot. I'll match the bitmap, lock the zoom and pan, hit OK. There it is. Okay, so I'm just going to come in here and start off with a plane. I'm just going to roughly get the dimensions there. And I'm going to reduce the length and width segments to 1 and 1. Alright, so I end up with this. I'm going to go back to my perspective view here. And I'm going to convert this to an editable poly. And I'm going to extrude this out and try to get the rough volume or dimensions of this thing. So let me go to another image here. Maybe this one's not too bad. If I look at my image and I look at what I have in 3D, I can see that I already have pretty much the rough volume nailed down pretty good. Okay, so I'm going to say that I like this for the length there. I'm going to cap the back, which doesn't have a polygon. Now it does. Okay. Alright, let me go to another reference image here. I'm going to go to this one here. This is a really good one. If I look at this, I'm going to take this polygon that's in the front here. That polygon is going to be right here. So I'm going to extrude another section, which is going to be this part here, and that's where I'm going to build all this stuff off from. So I'm going to extrude this out, pull it to about right here. Looks pretty good. Something like that. Not going to be too overly picky about it. Maybe I'll pull it out a little bit more. Alright, I'm going to choose some edges here. I'm going to choose this edge here and the one that's on the opposite side over there. And I'm going to connect this one time. I'm going to move that connection edit that out of the video. I messed up. I did it wrong. Start again. Hang on a second. Let me undo a few times here. Okay, start again in 3, 2, 1. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to go ahead and select this edge that's right here and that edge at the far end, and I'm going to connect that one time, and I'm going to move the connection up like so. Okay. Basically, I'm trying to get a little bit of space right there that's representing this little bit of space that's up here, from the top here to the bottom right there. See that? So I'm trying to get that volume down. And I'm going to say that this is probably going to be good enough. Now I'm going to take that polygon that's right there, and I'm going to extrude this one out. I'm going to pull it to about right here. Okay? Something like this is pretty good. I'm going to take this edge that's down here, that one that's on the opposite side, I'm going to connect that as well. And I'm going to bring that down to about right here. Basically, try to place that edge where the bottom of this blue area is, right there. And I'm going to say that I'm pretty much happy with this. I'm going to take that edge on the bottom, and I'm going to move it in like this, just a bit. Okay? Basically to imitate this shape that's down here. And then I'm going to come up here and grab this edge, and I'm going to chamfer it with only one segment. And I'm basically trying to get this chamfer that's in the picture right there. So I'm going to chamfer it about maybe this much is fine. Yeah, I'm gonna go for about this. Looks pretty good. Okay, now with that done, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna select this polygon, and this polygon that's right there. I'm gonna go to my geometry tab up here and hit detach. I'm gonna detach it as a separate object, but I'm also gonna clone it because I want to keep the original polygons there, just in case if I need them. I'm gonna take the new polygons here and change the color. You select like a blue, which is fitting in this case. And what I'll do now is I'm going to take these two edges that are right here, where I made the chamfer, and I'm going to chamfer that. But I'm going to chamfer it by a very small amount, something very tiny like this. Okay? And you'll see in a moment why I'm doing that. I'm also going to check on the open parameter, so it deletes the polygons in there for me. And that's basically going to cause the separation, because you can see this is made up of different plastic parts. And by creating that separation in 3D, you create a more believable model. Okay, so with that done right there, let me see what I'm going to do. Probably going to take these three polygons now, and I'm going to see if I extrude them. But you know what? Instead of extruding them, what I'm going to do is I'm probably going to scale them in. And I'm going to show you why I'm going to go ahead and scale them in. I'm going to go ahead and open up the Transform Type In tool. I'm going to come up here and switch my my scaling tool to the second one, which is the non-uniform scale. I'm going to take the X-axis scale here, and I'm going to scale it slightly, just a bit, not too much. Okay, so you basically have an area right there where it got scaled in. I'm going to close that, don't need it anymore. And what I'm going to do next is I'm probably just going to go ahead and extrude this out. I'll take this back edge though before I extrude, and I'm going to pull it in just a bit like this to give it some separation. That's going to make our model look more realistic. I'm going to go back to polygon mode. With all those polygons selected, I'm going to go to the extrude tool options. I'm going to extrude it a small amount, something like this. Okay, that looks pretty good. Make sure, well, if I do by group, local, normal, by polygon, it's going to be the same thing, so it's not going to make a difference here, since all the polygons are separated. Maybe I'll pull it down a little bit more like this. Okay, that's fine. I'm going to hit OK. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Edge Mode, and let me get rid of this guy for the moment. I'm going to open up the Transform Type In tool here, and I'm going to go ahead and take this edge that's in here, and I'm going to steal its Y transform, and I'm going to paste it for this edge that's up here so I can make that match. I'm going to take this top edge that's right there, I'm going to steal its Z transform, and paste it to that guy right there. And then I'm going to take, let me see, I'm going to take this guy's Z transform, and I'll paste it to this edge that's right there. I'm going to go back and take its Y transform and paste it to this guy's Y transform. And actually I made a mistake there. I shouldn't have used the Z. I should have just used the Y transform right there. And the Z transform, I'm going to use it from this bottom edge that's right there. Okay? Sometimes it can be pretty easy to make simple silly mistakes like that. Okay, so now I have this. And since I gave it that separation, it looks like it's made up of different pieces, which is really good. Alright? Okay. Now, for the moment, I'm going to leave it alone. I've got pretty much my major geometry volume blocked out. So from here on, it's going to be easier to block out my details. But I'm going to end this video here. It's been going on for quite a few minutes now. And in the next video, we'll start to detail this thing out.